Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is a review about the Xbox Series X because right here I have one. So, to start off, I've had this for maybe a month, and I'm going to say it is very, very good. And with now I do not have an external SSD, that you can buy, but I do have a Seagate 3TB external hard drive that has non-optimized games on it that I used to have my old Xbox One S. And I've also picked up a Pulse Red controller. On both the controllers, I have charging things, so for my charging dock. And I'm going to say the experience is great. Now, I don't have a 120 Hz TV, but it can do 4K 60 Hz. Now, that's better than my old TV. So, my old TV couldn't even do 4K. So this is a lot better. Yeah, I just don't know what the best view is. But, besides that, quick resume, awesome. Very, very awesome. And, you do have a 1TB SSD inside of it. You only get 802 gigabytes of that SSD. And I've got about 11 games on there. And not all of them are big. My biggest one, which is with the optimization, is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Because that is 185 gigabytes. Now that is a lot. And I mean, yes, you do have 802 gigabytes, which is a lot more than 185. But plus, you've got your, what's the game called? Halo Master Chief Collection. That's over 100 gigabytes as well. So just those two together is over 200 gigabytes, maybe even 300. So I've got 11 games and I've got 143 gigabytes free. So that is pretty good. Now, I do not have any Xbox Series X games, only for the Series X sort of thing, I guess. Because there's no exclusive at the launch. There's still no exclusives yet, I'm pretty sure. But, I don't have any Xbox Series X games on disc. But I do have optimized games like Rocket League or, like I said, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I do have Forza Horizon 4. Now, I've had that for ages, and it looks way better. I can tell the difference between, not just speed. It looks amazing and everything. So, yeah, it's really amazing. So, now we're going to head on to the Xbox. So out the box, you will be greeted with a box, and it'll kind of flip open like that, and then you'll be greeted with this bad boy. Now, it'll come with this controller, so all the things aren't too different. So it's your bumpers. Triggers are a bit different because they do have grips on them. Hold on, let me just fix something. They do have grips on them here, and on the bumpers, and on the back are some more grips. If you can see there, grip. There. So on the front of the Xbox, you will be greeted with a power button. Makes the same startup chime as any Xbox One. Your eject button, your disk tray here, USB 3.1 or 3.2 or something, your controller connectivity, so that'll be there. And then what we'll have, the bottom, if you can see, on the bottom we have a stand, and that stand says Xbox line hello from Seattle. So now we're going to flip the Xbox over. So on the side, one side of the Xbox, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 rubber feet. So you can lay it down. I haven't done it, so I don't know what it looks like, but other reviews you will see. But I've seen it laid down, and everybody says like it's not that great, but honestly, I would rather it stand up, but if I had to lay it down, I would. So there we have that. And then on the back, we have our 1, 2, USB 3.1 or 3.2, your power, like connectivity, HDMI 2.1 output, and your storage expansion slot. Now, all of these have like little bumps, so if you can see there, 3 bumps. Well, this one's got 4 actually. It's got like a little line here. This one has 1 bump, the power one. The Ethernet has 2. The 2 USB ports have 3. Now, always keep these vents clear, because I mean, you've got vents here and vents here. So keep those clear as well as well as the bottom. As you can see the vents there. So keep those clear. The stand is there to make it higher so it can get air. So make sure that stand is not covered or like around that stand or anything. And then we also have another thing, a ventilation port here. So that is that side. Now, on this side, I don't think they could put much. So they just made it clean with just an Xbox logo here. And then when it is standing up, facing forward, this is what it will look like. There we go. Now it's a little bit tilted, but you know. So I got that, and then if you look on the top, you'll see this in every other review. They always show this, but there is a cool green little insert, and it is like, it does go like down and then up. So yeah. Now laying it back down again. It's just like that. So that is pretty much it. But what I will say is that I definitely recommend either getting the external SSD or one hard drive. I mean, it's just so much easier. So yeah. And like, it'll come with this controller, but it will be a better idea, I reckon, to get another controller, because you may have your Xbox One controllers You may have them. You can connect them up. Every Xbox One accessory will work with the Series X, so these two controllers will work together. This is a creep one. But, you know, I still recommend... I'll just put that back. I still recommend getting another Series X controller. I mean, I'm just going to say, I like the new D-pad. The D-pad is so much better. And then the share button, that is just so good. Like, when I first saw the Series X, I'm like, yeah, share button, you know, pretty cool. I don't have that. You know, but now that I have it, I don't want to give it up. Because on my Elite that I did have, so if you remember my Elite controller review, I don't have that anymore. So that slowly broke over a little bit. So I took it back into the shop, and then they said you can either pre-order or get the money back. So instead I got the money back and got the Pulse Red controller. So that is awesome. And now, if you're wondering about the specs, it's like the teraflops are like 12.1. And I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the teraflops are basically like the game processor. So the teraflops will be like coming from your CPU or GPU or something because of your processor, which is like your CPU or GPU. But I'm not going to go too into that. But I will go what it says on the box. So it does have variable refresh rate. It can do 4K at 120 FPS, so frames per second. It has a terabyte SSD. And I do have the box still, and I recommend keeping the box. It does tell you this, not because of that though, because if you need to take it back. But it has a terabyte SSD, 4K Blu-ray, so your optical drive will be 4K for Blu-ray, which is good. And then that's all I can really remember. I mean, it does say, but, you know, I can't remember. And, so, yeah, that is pretty much it. There is a Xbox wireless headset you can get, which works with it as well. I don't have it, but, so I can tell you if you need it. But, yeah, and, if you're wondering about the fan as well, that is whisper quiet. Like, I put my ear up to it, I can slightly hear it. You know, obviously if my ear up, you'll definitely be able to hear it. But it's still whisper quiet. It's like that much volume, you know. And then from when it's sitting behind my TV, I can't hear it at all. Same for the disc drive as well. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'll see you guys in the next video. So, bye!